Greetings, race fans and motorsports enthusiasts around the world. My name is Andrew Kim, and this is Retro Motor Vibes, where I highlight anniversary stories and break down motorsports events near and far. For today's audio episode, here is a full breakdown of the 2026 Wurth 400 at Texas Motor Speedway, a 1.5-mile quad oval intermediate speedway track in Fort Worth, Texas, that was won by Chase Elliott and Hendrick Motorsports on Sunday, May 3rd. Without further ado, let's break the event down. The event's starting lineup was determined through a single-round, single-car qualifying session that occurred on Saturday, May 2nd. In this session, all entered competitors, 38 total, posted a single qualifying lap individually during the round, and the competitor who posted the fastest lap was awarded the pole position. At the conclusion of the qualifying session, Carson Hocevar, who was coming off his first career victory at Talladega Superspeedway, achieved the pole position with a pole-winning lap at 191.340 miles per hour in 28.222 seconds. Daniel Suarez, a teammate of Hocevar's, qualified on the front row with his lap at 191.320 miles per hour in 28.225 seconds. And prior to the event, Bubba Wallace and Austin Dillon were the only two competitors who started at the rear of the field, with Wallace starting in a backup car after he wrecked his primary car during Saturday's practice session, and Austin Dillon having to change an engine to his entry. The event's first stage period spanned through the event's first 80 laps and featured 7 lead changes for 6 different leaders. During this first stage period, there was just a single caution that flew that spanned from laps 69 to 74, and this was due to Christopher Bell, the race leader, getting clipped by Todd Gilliland and wrecking against the turn 4 outside wall. And just as Bell had overtaken teammate Chase Briscoe for the lead and was reeling in Gilliland to lap him. The competitor who led the most laps during this first stage period was Carson Hocevar at 25. In the end, Eric Jones, who utilized a late strategic pit call to remain on the track on worn tires and fuel, while most of the front runners elected to pit following Bell's incident, capitalized on the move by achieving his first ever stage victory. The event's second stage period spanned 78 laps from lap 88 to 165. In this stage period, there were 7 lead changes as 6 different competitors led at least a lap. In this stage, there were 3 cautions. The first was from laps 92 to 98 when William Byron spun in turn 4 while racing in the top 10. During this caution period, Chase Briscoe and Kyle Larson collided on pit road as the field pitted. In addition, Joey Logano, who barely dodged Byron's spin, clipped Cole Custer and had his race terminated. Then from laps 102 to 106, Ty Gibbs wrecked in turn 3 after getting bumped by Ryan Preece. Later on, from laps 161 to 164, Kyle Larson wrecked by himself in turn 2. The competitor who led the most laps during this stage period was Corey Heim at 57. In the end, Chase Elliott capitalized on a 1-lap shootout to conclude the stage period by winning it as he went from 3rd to 1st in a 1-lap dash. The event's third and final stage period spanned 96 laps from laps 172 to 267. Compared to the previous 2 stages, this stage period generated the most lead changes at 8 and also featured 6 different leaders. And throughout the stage period, just a single caution flew, which was from laps 258 to 263 after Corey Heim, who had a steady run at the front utilizing pit strategy, wrecked in turn 4. The competitor who led the most laps during this stage period was Chase Elliott at 71. And in the end, Elliott, who led at the start of the final stage period, strategically pitted for the final time under green flag with 52 laps remaining, before he then cycled back to the lead with 29 laps remaining, capitalized on a 4-lap shootout by fending off Denny Hamlin and achieving his second victory of the 2026 season. With the victory, Chase Elliott achieved his 23rd career victory in the NASCAR Cup Series division. He also recorded his second victory of the 2026 season and his second at Texas Motor Speedway. He also recorded the second victory of the season for Hendrick Motorsports and the third for Chevrolet. Overall, the 2026 Wurth 400 at Texas Motor Speedway generated 23 lead changes for 11 different leaders and a total of 7 cautions for 40 laps. Here are the final race results of the 2026 Wurth 400, where amid the on-track chaos and various pit strategies, 20 of 38 starters finished on the lead lap. Next, here are the point standings following the Texas event, where Tyler Reddick continues to lead the points by 109 points over Denny Hamlin, as Chase Elliott climbs to third place and trails the points lead by 117 points. Chase Elliott's Cup victory on Sunday capped off a triple-header weekend of racing at the Lone Star State in Fort Worth, Texas, that was also won by Cup drivers, with Carson Hocevar winning the Craftsman Truck Series event at Texas on Friday night. Before then on Saturday, Elliott's teammate Kyle Larson won the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series event. Looking ahead, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck, O'Reilly Auto Parts, and Cup Series divisions return for another weekend of triple-header racing at Watkins Glen International in Watkins Glen, New York. The action commences next Friday, May 8th, as the Truck Series races at the Glen for the Bully Hill Vineyards 176 at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on FS1, NASCAR Racing Network, and SiriusXM. On Saturday, May 9th, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series races for the Mission 200 at the Glen at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the CW Network, MRN Radio, and SiriusXM. Lastly, the Cup Series races with the Go Bowling at the Glen at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on FS1, MRN, SiriusXM, and HBO Max next Sunday on May 10th. That's all for this episode. Have a great rest of your day and see you on the next episode of Retro Motor Vibes.